So I want to welcome you and your family here to our Whitby campus. So Whitby is home to many of our different trades programs, as well as all of our different programs in the School of Hospitality and Horticulture Science. So if you're interested in culinary, horticulture, or in any of the different trades, this would be your home. We also have a few little different programs here and there, like animal care, for example, and some of our office administration programs, but primarily this is the trades school. So located over here, we have the Whitby campus bus loop. So we have a direct bus route that goes from the North Oshawa campus down here to the Whitby campus. So if you ever need to go up to the Oshawa campus or vice versa for any reason, you can always hop on that bus and you can get direct access to the campus. We also, you may be able to hear it here, is the 401. So if you're planning on commuting to campus via car, you have very quick access to the 401 right over here. So you just hop off, you come in here, and then we also have our parking lot located behind the camera right over there. So parking is available for students to purchase, so just factor that in when you're doing your budgeting and everything like that. Included in your fees is a Durham Region Transit Pass, so that bus pass can be used anywhere within the Durham region for free. So all you have to do is just hop on the bus, flash your student card, and you will be able to ride the bus for free. So it's a great opportunity whether you're in Oshawa, Whitby, Ajax, Pickering, doesn't matter. You're able to just hop on the bus, flash your student card, and you're all set and ready to go. So located behind me here, this is the Enrollment Services area. So these are the folks who would help take your payments. So whether you're looking to pay your fees, your tuition, your deposit, whatever it may be, the folks back here, they'd be able to assist you with all of that. We also have our financial aid office a little bit down the way here. So financial aid is there if you had any questions or concerns about paying for school. So whether it's OSAP, scholarships, awards, bursaries, on-campus jobs, whatever it may be, you can talk to our folks in financial aid as well. And then they can get you all the supports that you need. If you were interested in working on campus, there are a variety of opportunities available to students. So you could, for example, work in Enrollment Services. You could assist the team here. You could also work in the cafeteria area, the student lounge area, or you could become a tour guide, for example. So there's tons of opportunities available for students to work on campus so long as they demonstrate financial need. Another interesting financial aid opportunity is our Weston Scholarship. So the Weston Scholarship allows students who are going into certain trades programs to receive significant funding towards their tuition, their books, their fees, whatever it may be. So if you were interested in that specialized trade scholarship, I'd highly recommend looking online, take a quick Google search and do Weston Scholarship, and you can learn about all the different criteria that's required to qualify for the Weston Scholarship. So this is the Whitby campus bookstore. So in here, you would find all your textbooks for your courses. One great thing here is that they price match with the Amazon Indigo chapters. So if you're able to find a cheaper price online, you can bring that price in here and they will price match for you. Also in here is all the Durham College attire you could ever want. So there's t-shirts, sweaters, sweatpants, stationery like pens, pencils, books, binders, as well as certain PPE. So we also have protective eyewear available for students if you want to purchase them when you're here, or you can always bring them from home as well. Alrighty, so this here is our cafeteria. So this is a great place to come, obviously, if you want to have your lunch or chill out with your friends. We do have a couple different food options available on campus here. So whether you want a poutine, you want some pizza, you want a pita, whatever it may be, or you want your morning coffee, we do have Tim Hortons available just around the corner as well. And so you have tons of different options available for you if you're looking to get a bite to eat on campus, or once again, just kind of chill out here in the cafeteria space as well. Alrighty, so this is our student lounge area. So this is a key spot where students come to kind of chill out, hang out with their friends. Maybe they may want to work on a group assignment together and they'll use the space here. A couple different services I do want to touch on. One is kind of just around the corner and you may see their signs located behind me is Durham College Students Inc., or DCSI for short. So they are your student government. They are the ones who plan events on campus. They run clubs and societies. They assist with orientation and they also administer your health insurance plan. So you do have a health insurance plan that covers you for a variety of different services located through our campus health center or with our community partners as well, or anywhere else that may accept health insurance plans. You can opt out of the health insurance plan if you have pre-existing coverage. Maybe that can be through your parents or through your work, wherever you may have health insurance. That's an opportunity for you to save a couple bucks and opt out of our health insurance, but it is only if you have that pre-existing coverage. Alrighty, so in this room here, this is SALS, or the Student Academic Learning Service. It's more or less an academic support to help you with the obvious academic portion of your time here at college. So in here, you would find peer tutoring. So peer tutoring is run by students in an upper year of your program, and they're able to provide you that specific support for your courses that you'll be taking. There is no cost for tutoring, and you're able to take up to 2 subjects per semester for a maximum of 12 hours between the 2. We also have general teachers for more than general subjects, so math, English, sciences, things like that. So if you needed help with writing a paper, for example, or trying to understand a math concept, whatever it may be, you can always meet with one of those teachers. You can either book an appointment with them one-on-one or join one of their group's drop-in sessions, whatever your preference. They also have skill workshops available both online and in person that can help you with a variety of soft skills that are necessary for success here at college. So for example, you take listening and note-taking, time management, general organizational tips, skill workshops like that to help bolster some of those soft skills that are necessary to be a great student. So located in this room, this is our coaching and support center, and there are a variety of different student supports that are available to students, obviously, located within this room. Some are only available about once a week or so. Some of them come down from our Oshawa campus and provide their services here. So you just want to make sure that when you do need those supports, that you know when exactly they're going to be here for you to chat with. So for example, we have our Access and Support Center located in here, or ASC for short. So the ASC is there for students if they require any special accommodations while they are here at college. So if, for example, you need extra time on a test, a note taker in class, use of a laptop in class, whatever it may be, you're able to meet with an accessibility counselor, and then they're able to assess what are sort of credentials you may bring. So it could be an IEP, educational assessment, doctor's note, whatever it may be. So whether it's temporary or permanent, physical or intellectual, they're able to get you those supports that you need. Also located in here, we have a representative from our First Peoples Indigenous Center who provides services to students who are Indigenous or self-identify as Indigenous. Durham College is proud to acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island, and we thank them for their support in allowing us to share this space with them. So they provide services in the form of general campus awareness, also with our community awareness, and also just general Indigenous supports for our Indigenous population. We also do have our peer coaching advisors here as well. So if you found that you were kind of struggling, maybe you got a little bit stressed out, whatever anxiety you may have, you can always meet with a peer coach or one of our coaching member staffs to get you that support that you may need to kind of help you get through some of the more stressful times of life. I know personally, exams, midterms, that can be kind of something that bears a little bit on you. So having that opportunity, kind of just chat with someone, kind of let it out into the open air, it can be greatly beneficial just for your own mental health. Okay, so this is the small Whitby campus library. It's a quaint little place for students to come primarily to get some quiet work done. As you can see, we have lots of study space available for students. So obviously, if you're going to the trades, you're not going to be doing a heck of a lot of research. So the books that you see in here are reflective of the programs that we have to offer here at our Whitby campus. Another thing to note is that 70% of all of our resources are available online through the library's website. So if there's something here that you can't access, there's a good chance that you may be able to access some similar materials through the library's website. So you just log in with your student number and password and get access to all those materials for any sort of research or research projects or assignments that you may have. Alrighty, so this is the Computer Commons. So this is more or less Durham's open computer lab. In here we have about 70 computers available for students to use. Any of the software that you would need for any of your classes will be loaded onto these computers for you. So if you need CAD software, Photoshop, whatever it may be, they will be loaded onto these computers for you so that you can complete your assignments without having to worry about purchasing the software and putting it on your own laptop at home. It's first come, first served. There's no time limits. There's no booking computers. You just come in, take a seat, get to work. The only rules in here is no gaming and no food and drink. You also get print credits at the start of every year, so you get $23 worth of print credits. So that gives you about 1,000 or so black and white double-sided pages. So save the ink at home, use our printers here, and you're able to print off your PowerPoints, your assignments, homework, whatever it may be, and it's a great resource available to you as well. So this shop area, if you may have guessed, this is for our HVAC and gas burner programs. So in here we have a wide array of different heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems that are available for students to work on and practice all the different electrical and mechanical work that goes into these integrated machines. So HVAC is a very lucrative business for students to potentially get into. Obviously, if we're in Canada, we have a rotating thing every year where, in the winter and the spring, kind of get that heat going on. And then, obviously in the summer, you got to kind of cool things down with the air conditioning system. So it would allow you to sort of learn both aspects of it. And then also, every single year, things will change for you. So it's always kind of something new for you to learn. So if you do take the 1-year HVAC program, you would then have the option to transfer into the 1-year gas burner program to continue building up your credentials to aid you if you want to go work in industrial, commercial, obviously residential, so that you have tons of options available to you as a graduate from this program. Alrighty, so right now we're located in one of our shops. This is for carpentry and building construction techniques. So these two programs, they work harmoniously together, and they use this vast space for all of their different hands-on practical applications. So located just over here to my left, your right, you can see that they are building up pretty much like a house. So they will work on both the interior and the exterior to basically learn all the different techniques that would go into framing a house. And then in the surrounding areas here as well, you would learn more of the kind of fine sort of craftsmanship that would go into woodworking. So students here, they've built mantles, they built fireplaces, all that sort of stuff located here in the carpentry shop area. So this big expansive shop here, this is for our automotive program. So as you can see, there is a wide array of different vehicles available for students to work on. Lots of different engines, transmissions. I believe we also have an electrical car that students would be able to work on as well. So there's tons of different opportunities for you to get involved in the automotive industry. So whether you want to become a mechanic, for example, or move on potentially become an automotive engineer, you would have all these different areas to hone your skills. So you would learn everything from obviously the mechanical parts of the car, but you'd also learn about the electrical systems that go into it, the computer systems, all that jazz. But there's tons of resources available for you here as a student to get involved. We also have a neat kind of extracurricular program available for our auto students where they are able to participate in a kit car building. So they're able to bring the kit in, and then you'll have students who volunteer their time along with our staff to sort of build up this kit car that eventually is sold to a lucky buyer. So it's definitely a great opportunity to learn about how to build a car from the ground up. And it's just a great experience to network and work with your colleagues as well as your faculty members. So located behind me here, this is one of our unique programs that we have to offer here at Durham College, and is the Elevating Devices program. So we are the only ones in Ontario that offer this type of program where students can become elevating apprentices and elevating mechanics through this program here. So we have 2 working elevators in the back as well as an escalator that students are able to work on as well. It is a highly competitive program, and what that means is that we have more qualified applicants than we do seats in the program. So the way we have to do it then is we start to average average our students' grades for when they're applying. So make sure that when you are applying that you're making sure that you have the best possible grades to get admission to the program. But beyond that, it is a very interesting and lucrative trade option for students to consider. Alrighty, so here this is our plumbing shop. So if you were interested in working within the plumbing industry, learning how to work with piping and all sorts of different water treatment areas, this would be a general area for you. A couple of interesting things I want to touch on. So one is located just up and behind you here. So the shop is actually 2 floors, and the idea behind that is that you'll need to learn how to put piping in through multiple floors. So we have more space located upstairs, but also areas directly where students can learn how to place piping through the different levels. Another interesting thing I want to point out is just this rock area here. So obviously, if students need to learn how to put piping underground, we can't go into the fields and dig holes every single time students have an assignment. So we have this rock pit here, so students are able to take one of these shovels, dig up the rocks like they would if it was, grass, dirt, whatever, and then simulate putting the piping in underground, as opposed to actually going into the real, world to do that. So this is just an example of how if we can't do something kind of practically outside of our campus here, we can simulate it through various different means. So the next lab area I want to show you here is our crane simulation lab. So this is primarily used for the crane operation rating technique program. So as you can see, we have a wide variety of different sim models for our students to simulate, obviously using a crane. We also have a crane area located just a little bit north of Stellar Drive, but students are able to come into this area here and actually simulate using the crane. So they use highly sophisticated software, and you can see the computers and the setups they have in the chairs here for obviously simulating all the different effects of using a crane. Crane operation is a very lucrative business, and it's only a one-year program. So if you're looking to make some money and then also trying to get back into the field pretty quickly, crane operation is a great option for students. It is highly competitive, but also highly rewarding to students as well. Alrighty folks, so there's two key things I want to touch on right here. One is just behind me to my left. We have two of our learning living labs. So these are two homes that were brought onto our campus here, and they are both available for students to learn how to do things in a residential environment or in a more practical environment. So for example, if you were in HVAC, electrical, maybe even firefighting, for example, you would come and you would be able to work within these labs here to kind of test what you've learned in the classroom in an actual residential environment. So I think that's a pretty neat opportunity. They are both built differently. So one is built with more modern techniques, whereas the other one is built with a more retro style, so that you would get a taste of both an older style house as well as a newer style house as well. Another thing we'll also touch on right over here to my right is our Whitby Village residence. This is our newest building on the campus here. So this was just opened up in September of 2019. And it is available for students if you are you're taking a class or you're taking a program here at the Whitby campus to actually live on campus. Because in years past, you used to have to come from our North Oshawa campus down here. So super convenient for students who are wanting to live on campus during their time here at Whitby. Alrighty, so I want to welcome you here to our Center for Food. This is home to all of our different programs in the School of Hospitality and Horticulture Science. So you can see located behind me here, we have one of our large cooking labs that are available for our culinary students. So whether you're interested in hospitality, horticulture, our culinary programs, travel and tourism, whatever it may be, they are primarily based out of this building here. Located up on the second floor, we also have our Bistro 67 restaurant. So that is a restaurant where students can both work and, obviously have lunch, dinner, whatever you may prefer. And it is very fine dining. The philosophy of the Center for Food here is what is known as field to fork. And so what that means is that we will have students in our horticulture program. They will grow the food. They will bring it over then to our culinary students. The culinary students will then prepare the food. And then you will have our hospitality and special events management students who will then serve and plan events using the Bistro 67 restaurant as well as our space here. So it's a very collaborative effort between these different programs to learn about all that goes into the culinary and hospitality area. Alrighty folks, so this is one of the key culinary areas that are available for our culinary students. So this is considered our baking lab. So students would have the opportunity to take the theory that they learn in class and apply it here and actually start producing some of the food. So they can make pastries, they can make dishes, they can make whatever that they are assigned to do in this space. There are tons of state-of-the-art equipment available in here with amazing staff and students that you can collaborate with as well. So definitely a great opportunity and great learning space for students in our culinary programs. Alrighty, so this here is the Bistro 67 restaurant that I mentioned just a little bit earlier on. So any member of the public can come in and have dinner here. We host many different events, like our etiquette dinner that is hosted generally about once or twice a year that teaches students, staff, and alumni about some of the finer dining tips and tricks for when you're going to those business meetings and dinners. Also located within this building, we also do have our pantry. So the pantry is where food from our students and from the bistro is sent to be purchased by members of the public as well as students, staff, and alumni as well. Also located downstairs, we also do have our Center for Craft Brewing and Innovations. So the way it works is that if you're a local brewer and you want to sort of test out some of your brews, you're able to use the space available here on campus to kind of partner ourselves with the community, and so that we can foster better relationships both with our students and our community as well. Alrighty, so located here, this is one of our greenhouses available for our horticulture, food, and farming students and then for their program. So you can see a wide variety of different plants and vegetables being grown here within the greenhouse. So it's definitely a great opportunity for students who want to learn that practical aspect of how to cultivate different plants, herbs, spices, fruits, vegetables, etc. Another great opportunity that our horticulture students have is to work out in our fields during the summer. So students between their first and second year, they'd have an opportunity to apply to work in our growing fields during the summer, where they would learn how to produce a plethora of different plants, vegetables, and fruits to be taken to the Bistro 67 restaurant and used for our harvest dinner. So tons of great opportunities available for our horticulture, food, and farming students.